Hey guys, it's Jenny from Polly's Paper Studio, and today we are creating this very fun and festive patriotic tag using some hand-colored stamped images and handcrafted flowers and ribbon trims and lots of sequins and clips and fun stickers. So stick around and we will make this together. So the stamp set that I'm using is pumpkin spice, and it comes from Fawn. I got this last year and I made Christmas tags with it, and I do like to try and get as many different projects out of a stamp set as I can, so I'm gonna attempt to use this for every holiday. So for this particular project I only used the cup and then the little star. It's not really a star, but it's sort of a little detail there. I used archival ink. I allowed it to dry, and then I colored them with my Spectrum Noir markers. They're very small. Can you see them? So I did red, white, and blue, and the little line I drew on with a color or a permanent archival pen so that it wouldn't run when I colored over it. So I did red, white, and blue, and then I made coffee with whipped cream. And these are going to go on top of the tag. And so I'm going to start with the shaker portion, and I used blue cardstock because it was on my desk and I just wanted to not have to go scrounging for things, so I'm using just what I had on hand. And then I found this little piece too. This is like a craft background with a red dot. Okay, so that is going to leave me with a small border of the blue cardstock, and I'm going to go ahead and add my sequins now. Some people are very talented and they can put the sequins in the shaker part and then put the bottom on, but I don't have that skill. I just wind up making a mess and getting things everywhere. So I think a little bit of blue and a little bit of white. You don't want too many or they'll get stuck. And then I don't have a lot of red left, but just a little bit. Not as much, I think, because those polka dots will sort of act as a sequiny look in the background. For the frame section, I created a like an instant photo frame. We all know what I'm talking about. And this I created by using the Spellbinder's Nestability die. It's a square die, and I cut a rectangle portion. So for this particular size of square, I thought that it's 2 1/4 by 2 5/8. And then I just put that square die where it was centered left to right but slightly higher than middle, and stuck it down with washi and then ran it through the Cuttlebug to get the frame shape. So I added acrylic to the inside and 2 layers of foam adhesive, that's a Scotch, and I didn't use the anti-static tool, so hopefully it won't stick. This is going to be encasing all of those sequins now. If I get it right there. Okay, that is fun. Now I'm going to build the tag that it goes on. This is more of the blue cardstock. I inked it with walnut ink, and I finished the back. There's a core of 110-pound cardstock inside, and then I finished the back with some coordinating plaid, and then I'm going to add a layer of this very rustic wood grain. Since we're doing vintage, I think that will look nice. And then the stars will go on top of that. You see that I have added already the blue cardstock, and that is because I was just really down to the scrappiest little pieces, and I didn't want to get out a fresh sheet, so I just kept using it, and it didn't look like very much from the back, but it does the job. And so I've got just a little border of that wood grain, and I think that will look really nice. So here's the shaker. I think I want to offset it just a little bit at an angle. There's more foam spacer here to build up those layers. This Scotch adhesive foam is like the best thing ever. So I'm gonna just add it here. You know what, maybe I do want it straight because I'm gonna put a sentiment on there, and I don't want the sentiment to be very crooked, right? It's not like me to remember these things as I'm going along, but I'm just having a small moment of clarity. Now I've got a clip here, and I'm just gonna put that on the top because I think it's a fun detail. And then before I go too much further, I think I want to add some twine. Can you hear the cat in the background? She's just really wanting a lot of attention right now. So I've got this very burlappy kind of twine. I'm going to staple it because that is easier and it doesn't wind up pulling through, so you know it's very secure. And I've got a little sentiment from a sticker sheet left over. Like I said, I'm just using bits off the table, and I think this will be really nice right here. Yeah. I'm gonna bring in those cups now. This one is just got regular adhesive, so it will be flat against the card. And then the second one has foam. I did also add some little stars to this pile of things to add, and I used a Sizzix die for that, and I just used some already glittery sort of paper, so I didn't have to emboss it. I think maybe right here. So the first cup can go here, and then the second one has spacers, and that will be popped up. We're very patriotic in our family because we have a lot of people that have had military careers, and my son has just agreed to that as well, and he got the ROTC scholarship, which we're very proud of him. He worked very hard to get that. And also my husband's birthday is on 4th of July, so you know we're gonna have to party on that holiday. So here is handmade flowers again from our camping trip last week. I finished the centers with prills, so it would have something a little bit shiny. I'm going to be very careful not to cover that letter, otherwise it just says America. No, that is not fun. And then maybe this one can go down here. And a blue. These pre-made flowers are from 49 in Market, and I have the red, white, and blues for the summer holidays, and I have been really enjoying them a lot. So I'm going to add a few red here as well. I think, let's see, one here, tucking it back behind. And then maybe one down here. No. But this is why I do this off camera, because I fidget with them so much to get them just the way I like them. One more here. Oh, that's great. That's not sticking. Why aren't you sticking? I don't think there was anything behind it to glue it to. There. Okay, so the last element I want to add is this bow, and I created it with ribbon from Really Reasonable Ribbon. This is seam binding, so it's a very nice little bow that I can tuck underneath these coffee cups down here, I think, to finish off that corner. I did add a little bit of the Spectrum Noir Sparkle pen, and it's difficult to see on camera, but it's a subtle little accent and it looks cute, so it was a nice way to finish that image off. So here is the tag, all completed, and it's a shaker, and I think this would be fun for any kind of holiday decor or tag for a treat if you made you know, snacks for potluck or something. So if you enjoyed this project, can you give it a like and leave me a comment? And if you're not already, I would love for you to subscribe. As always, I thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a happy and productive day. Bye.